Sarah should be here.
That's good. Excellent. We're going live.
We're going live.
Times.
Sarah should be here.
Hello, everyone. We're going live.
Going
Excellent. I'm going to make sure that I can hear myself. Hello, all our viewers. Woo!
Hi!
Excellent. Hope you're having a lovely afternoon. We'll just wait for a couple more people to arrive and then we should get started. Hello, my name's Patrick. Also over here, pointing in the right direction, we have Gaynor. I've got a full name.
Hello!
Or just one word, Gaynor. It's kind of like your artist name.
That's enough.
It's like Prince.
Absolutely.
I like it. Just give it another few seconds. Let's get started. Make sure we're all ready.
Sarah's here. Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. Everyone
else is here. Pop your comments in the comment box and say hello to us.
Gaynor has got your comments going all the way through the session, so
I have.
Respond to anything you say, which would be lovely to hear from you.
I have. Me and my beady assistant, we're watching the chat bar, aren't we? Yeah, he's watching.
Has your media assistant got a name?
This is Custard, the AC Academy bear. Say hello.
Hello, Custard. Custard, jam and custard.
No, just Custard. Just one name, like me.
He doesn't have a partner in crime.
No, not as yet.
Sponge and Custard.
That could be the name of my dog for later, couldn't it? That could be Sponge for later. He's making an appearance.
Just got all of the toys all ready to go. I say toys.
I'm ready to go.
Friends. They're friends. Lovely. Let's get started. Hello, everyone who is watching on YouTube Live and anyone who is watching this another time. My name's Patrick and this is Gaynor and you are here to watch Sing and Discover. Magical, that's what it is. We're going to be singing some songs, really fun songs, which I hope you enjoy singing along to. We're going to do some warm-ups before that, just to make sure we're feeling ready to do that. And then we're going to look at some musical building blocks that help all the songs that we like listening to. These building blocks are the fundamental things that we need to know before we can write a really good song. And when we're listening to music, the building blocks are what make the music good. So we're going to have a little look at that later on, but let's start with a bit of a warm-up. I need to stand up and get loose. Gaynor's going to join in from her thing, just have a little bop. So we're going to reach as high as we can and screw in the light bulbs. We're going to screw in the light bulbs, and then we're going to pat the garden gnomes. Pat the garden gnomes. Light bulbs. Gnomes. Feel that creak. One light bulb, one gnome. And the other way. And the other way. And the other way. Do a bit of swimming with your shoulders. Bit of swimming with your elbows. Make sure you don't hit anyone else in the room. Bit of swim with your arms. Oh yeah, and backwards. Put your hands on your hips. Give it a bit of a roll. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm feeling very summery with this rolling. It's a bit of hula hula. Can we go hula hula?
Hula hula.
Can we go venga venga?
Venga, venga.
Venga, venga. Very nice.
Venga.
And just have a little shake out of your ankles as well, because they're the most important bit, because they're the bits we stand on. We have to make sure we stand nice and strong like a singer, hands by our sides, legs in line with our shoulders. I'm gonna make some sounds. Can you copy my sounds? Can you go zzz, 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 zzz. Very good. Can we go woo, 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 woo. Very nice. Can you go with little floppy lips? Very nice. How high can you go? We're going to start in the middle, so you can go really high and then really low. One more time. This time we're going to do it with a rainbow. So we're going to go from low to high, all the way across to the other side. Are you ready? And very nice. Getting our bodies warmed up as well. Can you copy for me? We're going to do a bit of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And we're going to do it on a zzz sound. So we're going to be a little buzzy star. We're going to go zzz, zzz. Are you ready? And we can do some star hands as well. Ready? Zzz, Very nice. Okay, my voice is warmed up, which is nice. Can you say the word sing for me? Sing, lovely. And at the end of the word sing, there's a lovely sound that we get in our mouths. Can you go Excellent. So I'm going to move my fingers up and down, and you're going to follow me with that sound. When I go up, you're going to go higher in pitch. Listen to that word, it's going to come back later on. And when I go down, you're going to go lower in pitch. Are you ready? And brilliant, lovely, lovely, lovely. Shall I do it to Gaynor? I'm going to move my hand and Gaynor's going to sing the notes. Ready? And lovely, lovely. And last little thing before I hand you over to Gaynor, I'm going to do a little bit of this little tune that you might recognise. It's called the William Tell Overture. And we're going to do it on Harry Styles. Are you ready to sing about Harry Styles? Whether you like him or not, I don't care. Sing it well. 2, 3. Harry Styles, Harry Styles, Harry Styles, 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 Harry Styles, Harry Styles, Harry Styles, 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 Harry Styles, Harry Styles, Harry Styles, 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 Harry Styles, Harry Styles, Styles, Styles. Very nice. It's the most operatic Harry Styles has ever been. Lovely, Gaynor. I think you're going to sing a song with us today.
Yes, I thought we would have a little warm-up with a song about a dog. And this is Sponge, my dog. He wasn't called Sponge until he met Custard, but now they make a bit of a pair. So this is my song about a dog. You may or may not know it. And it goes like this. It goes, my dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. Can you sing that back to me? My dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. Next bit goes, my dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. Now you. My dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. And then the next bit goes, for he sits and begs. I'm going to do a little begging thing. For he sits and begs, and he stands up tall. And then you need to be able to go all the way around with whatever size tail your dog has. He chases his tail all around the hall. So chase tail around. So let's just do that bit. For he sits and begs, and he stands up tall. He chases his tail all around the hall. Then the last bit goes, my dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. Last line. My dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. Right, okay, we're going to put the whole lot together. We're going to do it 3 times, and each time we do it, we're going to go up slightly in pitch. Remember that word for later on in this session. We're going to go up slightly every time. At the end of the 3rd one, we're going to do a big rock and roll ending. So we're going to go, my dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. So we're going to make those a little bit longer. Next thing, verse 2, good, good dog. And verse 3, good, good, good dog. So we do 1 good on the first verse, 2 on the second verse, 3 on the 3rd verse. Are we ready to go? Right,
Yes,
I pre-recorded this. Are you ready, Patrick? You're ready. Patrick's
so
bouncing around, ready to go. Okay, I pre-recorded this so I can get up and do the answers with you. Here we go. My dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. Thumbs up for good. My dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. For he sits and begs, and he stands up tall. He chases his tail all around the hall. My dog is a good dog. Yes, he is. A little bit higher. My dog is a good, good dog. Yes, he is. My dog is a good, good dog. Yes, he is. Oh, he sits and begs, and he stands up tall. He chases his tail around the wall. My dog is a good, good dog. Yes, he is. Pretty good. My dog is a good, good, good dog. Yes, he is. My dog is a good, good, good dog. Yes, he is. Oh, he sits and begs, and he stands up tall. He chases his tail all around the wall. My dog is a good, good, good dog. Yes, he is. Well done.
Yeah.
Give yourselves a round of applause and a pat on the back. Give yourselves a pat on the back.
And thank you very much to Sponge the dog there for his help with the choreography, which is Great. I love that song. What a fun song to sing. Excellent. So here at Sing and Discover, we're going to sing a few songs, and we're also going to do a bit of kind of music making and music. We're going to look at some instruments as well, which is very exciting, which I forgot to mention earlier. So that'll be a little bit surprise for later on. But we're going to do a
piece of paper. Grab
a piece of paper and something to write on the paper, preferably, because the paper alone is not going to suffice. So we're going to sing a song that I really like now, and it's by a band called the Beatles. And I feel that there's two main songwriters in the Beatles. If you can know who they are, feel free to write them in the chat bar. They're very, very famous. I think Gaynor's got a picture of the Beatles on your... Oh, look at those guys. Look at those haircuts. Not unlike my haircut at the moment, I feel. It's like kind of looking a little bit Beatle. Very nice. If you know all the names of the Beatles, write them in the chat bar, because that's good knowledge for your music lessons. But this song's called Penny Lane. So we're going to learn it together, and then we're going to sing it all the way through. So it's got lots of words. If you want the lyrics, they are in the chat bar at the bottom, and there's also a link to a PDF as well. So if you want to read it from a different device. So get it nice and slow. The tune goes like this. In Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to have known. Let's try that. In Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to have known. Very good. And all the people that come and go, stop and say hello. Gives a wave. And all the people that come and go, stop and say hello. Very good. Let's try that all together. 2, 3. In Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to have known. And all the people that come and go, stop and say hello. And the tune for the next bit is exactly the same. On the corner is a banker with a motor car. The little children laugh at him behind his back. And the banker never wears a mac. In the pouring rain, very strange. And we just add very strange. And all these things, Penny Lane that we're singing about is a real street in Liverpool. And all these things are things that you might see on Penny Lane, which is really exciting. And then we have our chorus, which is really like nice and loud, standing up straight, feeling really proud. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back. And then we talk more about Penny Lane. It's exactly the same tune as before. I reckon we could sing the whole song all the way through. What do you think? Have a go. Awesome. And making sure you're standing up. I like to march along Penny Lane while I'm doing this song. In Penny Lane, and watch Gaynor for all those lovely actions that she's doing. Great. Ready? Oh, 1, 2, 3. In Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to have known. And all the people that come and go, stop and say hello. On the corner is a banker with a motor car. The little children laugh at him behind his back. And the banker never wears a mac. In the pouring rain, very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back in Penny Lane there is a fireman with an hourglass, and in his pocket is a portrait of the Queen. He likes to keep his engine clean. It's a clean machine. Chorus. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. For a fish and finger pies, I sit and meanwhile back behind the shelter in the middle of the roundabout. The pretty nurse is selling poppies from a tray, and though she feels as if she's in a play, she is anyway. Last verse. In Penny Lane, the barber shaves another customer. banker sitting waiting for a trim, and then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Everyone! Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. Last time, there beneath the blue suburban skies. Jazz hands, Penny Lane. Oh, very well done, everybody.
Well done.
Lots of
Well
words
done.
and a lovely tune. So, our musical building block that we're going to have a look at today has some of the things that are in the Penny Lane song. So make sure you're going to have a listen to it after this session. And we're going to do things all about pitch. Pitch is our building block for today. I'm just sharing my screen, which has got some stuff about pitch. So pitch is how, oh, magical, how high or low a sound is. How high or low a sound is. Thank you, Gaynor, for demonstrating both high and low. And we're not just talking about musical sounds. Anything you hear in day-to-day life can be counted as got a pitch of some description. So if you hear a baby crying going, wah, 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 it's probably a high-pitched sound, unless you've got Boss Baby or something like that. Nice high-pitched sound. And then we have our thunderstorm. Is a very low-pitched sound. And the way pitch works is a bit of science for you. Science. Ding. All the sounds that you hear are vibrations through the air, and the vibrations come in waves. And when you hear a low-pitched sound, the waves are very far apart. Low-pitched sound, waves far apart. And when you hear a high-pitched sound, the waves are very close together, very close together. So low-pitched sound, far apart waves. High-pitched sound, close together waves. Excellent. And we're going to show you some of these high pitches and low pitches using some instruments because it's more fun that way. And also Gaynor has a very exciting collection of instruments, which we're going to see over the next few weeks. Excellent. This week, we're going to do some brass instruments. Brass instruments. Da, 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 da. And brass instruments are called brass instruments because they are made of brass. That's right. Well done, people. And brass is basically a combination of two metals, copper and zinc, and that is what makes these instruments, and it makes them very good for resonance and vibrating, which is why we use brass. And we've got a few brass instruments to show you today, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you can see my instrument that I've got in front of me. What instrument is this? If you know, put it in the chat bar. I'm going to talk about it whilst we do it. Gaynor knows this instrument very well. She's got a few of her own hidden down there. So how do we play this instrument, which I'll tell you in a minute. We have this bit, which is called the mouthpiece. Where do you think the mouthpiece goes? That's right, on the mouth. But it sounds a bit weedy by itself, so we have to stick the mouthpiece. I think Gaynor's mouthpiece is bigger than mine. She's got a bigger one. One's small.
Actually, this one's smaller.
Is that got a small one? Oh, we got
This one is smaller.
Interesting brass facts there.
Mm.
And then we blow through the mouthpiece into this end, and we use these valves. That's what they're called. You may think they're buttons. They're called valves to change the note by pressing them down. And then the sound comes out of the end, which is called the bell. So the sound goes in here, through the valves, round the tubes, out the end. So have a little play. Lovely, lovely. And I'm going to be very subtle with my playing so I don't disturb the whole block of flats today. What instrument is this? It is indeed a trumpet. And what do we think? Do we think trumpet's a higher pitch sound or a lower pitch sound than our brass instrument? Rubbish. But she's got a really small one today. So trumpet is one of the higher pitched brass instruments. And Gaynor, you've got something else that looks a little bit like a trumpet, but slightly different. Do you want to tell us about that?
A little bit smaller than a trumpet. It's got a slightly gentler sound.
Very nice.
Any idea what it's called?
And
Patrick, I know you know this one.
I know what it is. It's used a lot in brass bands, and it's the same as an ice cream. An ice cream cornet.
Cornet. It's a cornet.
So the trumpets and cornets do a very similar job, and they play some of the higher pitched notes. What else have you got there, Gaynor?
Well, I've got an instrument that plays a slightly lower note.
You're standing
Now,
up.
I'm not an expert on this instrument. I just happen to have one. I actually play an instrument called the baritone, but haven't got today. But this is a larger brass instrument, and it makes a low sound. But it can also do something that trumpets can't do, because trumpets have got valves and it can change the note really specifically. But this one has got a slide, so you can slide between notes. Let me see if I can do a slide or a glissando.
Oh.
There we go. That's my glissando on a trombone.
And what do we think? Do we think trombone is lower pitched or high pitched than the trumpet? So trumpet is higher pitched and the trombone is lower pitched. Excellent, very good. So we've learned about some brass instruments, and they're also nice and shiny, which is what makes them brilliant, really. Shiny instruments.
You have to spend time cleaning them, don't you, when you've got a brass instrument?
You do have to spend a lot of time making sure they're nice and shiny. And the joy of the brass instruments is that you can play classical music in orchestras, but also jazz music and lots of different types of music on a trumpet and a trombone, and they fit into lots of different scenarios. And in film scores, if you imagine listening to Star Wars at the beginning, that's all the trumpets going. Excellent, brilliant. So we're going to do slightly more about pitch very briefly, because we've been learning about high pitched and low pitched. And something else that's really important when we do pitch is the distance between different notes, because when we are doing our pitch, we need to be able to tell which note is which. And some pitches have big gaps between them, and some pitches have little gaps between them. So in Penny Lane, we were doing all the notes are quite close together, are they? One, do, 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 do. If we were singing, for instance, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, it goes somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And they've got really big gaps between the notes. And these gaps between the notes, these different pitches, is called an interval, the interval. So you've got a little interval, they're close together. You've got a large interval, they are far apart. I'm just going to play some intervals for you, and you're going to guess what they are. So if you've got your piece of paper ready, Gaynor's got her paper ready. And I'm going to play 5 different intervals, and then I want you to write down whether you think I'm going higher or lower. Higher or lower. Excellent. Brilliant. So this is the first one. Higher or lower? Higher or lower? Brilliant. Second one. Higher or lower? Higher or lower? This is number 3. Higher or lower? Higher or lower? I love saying higher or lower. I'm getting very into it. Number the 4th one. Boom, boom. Higher or lower? And the last one, 5th one. Excellent. I'm going to play them all in one row, see if you get it right. So we have these. This is number 1. Excellent. Type your answers in the chat. Gaynor's got them right. Obviously, she always gets it right. Gaynor
Well practiced.
For long times. She does. She's the boss at this. Excellent. Are you ready for the answers? Da, 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 da. So we had higher, lower, lower, higher, higher. And well done if you got them all right. Excellent. Very well done. And that's really important. Knowing where our intervals are going higher or lower is basically what makes our tune sound how it sounds. And that is the basics of music. Pitch is really important. Excellent. I'm going to show you something really cool now online that you can do at home when you go off the computer. Once you finish listening to us, have a go at this. It's called Blob Opera. I know, Blob Opera.
I love Blob Opera.
Gaynor showed me Blob. Ooh, no, that's not it. Let's see if we can find it. Give me a second on the screen share. Doobie-da-bab. And Blob Opera is basically something that was made by Google to show people how pitch works. And you're basically in charge of a blob, which sounds ridiculous, but you can make him sing by dragging your mouse. clap, whatever you do. Not my best work, I'm just saying. And basically, once you've met your blobs, you can recall what you've done and play it back. We have different blobs for different pitches of notes. So we have our bass blob. That's the low pitch noises. We have the tenor. Slightly higher. Then we have a mezzo soprano, who's a sort of lower. Finally, we have a higher women's voice, the soprano. Something I discovered earlier that I was really enjoying was that when you move your mouth side to side, you change what vowel they do. So if you check when they're doing the big R, they all open their mouths really wide. Excellent. So this is something you do at home. It's called blob opera, and it's really fun to play. And you can basically experiment with pitch and seeing which pitches work together. If you use your ears and you move up and down, sometimes you end up with a note that doesn't feel quite right. So slide it slightly up or slightly down, and then the blobs will sound extra good together. So something that you can try at home. Get on it once we finish today. Excellent. Anything else you'd like to add, Gaynor?
Well, that's the rest of my day sorted, Patrick. I think I'm going to be on blob opera for the rest of the day now. They're awesome, aren't they? Absolutely love them.
Absolutely. So much fun.
Blob opera.
Blob opera. Yeah, something, and that's coming from musicians, whatever age you are, whatever kind of musical background you have, blob opera is still fun. You just get a different level of satisfaction. Thank you very much for joining today. We have one more song to share with you, which hopefully you'll all know, fingers crossed. Because it's from The Greatest Showman, and it is and you can all join in at home. Gayn's going to do some dramatic movements for us. And just to let you know, we want to sing together, but obviously over Zoom it's a bit difficult because the lag. So Gaynor is singing heartily in her room. You just can't hear it. Do not worry. And thank you very much to Sponge and to Custard today for their help. And see you next time. Next week we're gonna do some more songs with you, really fun songs, and also explore a different building block of music and what makes it great and why we like to listen to it. Brilliant. Get your lyrics up and let's do a bit of This Is Me. Ooh. I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them now. I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm not ashamed of to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We're far away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are reaching for the sun. We're warriors, yes, that's what we've become. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a price for us. For we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood around the map. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out. drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. AZ Academy Bear. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed singing along to the songs we've been doing and learned some stuff about pitch and brass instruments. See you next time for Sing and Discover with Patrick and Gaynor.
Bye.
Keep on waving, waving, waving. And breathe.